This program is brought to you by CAC TV partners, people just like you. Join the family and help us keep family-friendly, faith-building content on air. To partner, send your one-time or regular support to paybill number 4019613, account CAC TV partner.
A good morning to you, our viewer. Indeed, this is the day that the Lord has made, that we may rejoice and be glad in it. It is the 27th of November, and it is the last Thursday of the month. This day we can say, indeed, our Lord has been Ebenezer. We have all the reasons to thank Him. He has given us life. He has given us an opportunity to see the end of the year. And so this morning, we enter His gates with thanksgiving in our hearts. This is CAC TV and the show that is on air, Behind the Scene, Behind the Face, where we bring you guests who share their leadership journey to inspire, encourage, and motivate you, our viewer. I'm your host, Wanjiko Kamau. My guest this morning, I'm so excited. George Ngugi. He is a financial guru. Believe you me when I say that. He has over 18 years of experience in the banking system, both locally and internationally, where he has held very senior leadership positions. Currently, he is the CEO of Manpower Group Limited, and he's going to tell us more about that. He is a strategic thinker, underline that, with strong analytical and problem-solving skills. He's going to share that with us this morning. He is a board member of several financial institutions and corporates, among them the Kenya Airports Authority, where he is the board director. Last but not least, he is a youth patron at the PCEA, the Manda Parish. It is my joy to bring on board my guest this morning, George Ngugi. It's a pleasure to have you this morning, Sam.
Wow, I'm excited to be here. I take this moment to welcome the viewers and looking forward to an exciting conversation as I share my experience. And I do believe that it will be able to inspire. And so looking forward to this exciting moment, the 1 hour. And I'm willing to be able to share and to answer the question that you may need to have for me, Catherine, this morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you
I was
so much.
I was going through your bio and I was like, what else is left for you to achieve? I'm like, you've done everything. I'll ask a question on that a bit later. So please hold it there. How is your morning like? With the kind of work that you do, how is it on a normal day for you? How do you start your day?
I would just say that I am more of a morning person, so at least that favors me so much. Different days start differently, but I always want to believe I'm a firm believer of starting my morning very early. So there are mornings that I will even have meetings as early as 6:30 a.m. in the morning, others even by 7 a.m. But I ensure, obvious, to have started my day very early, so by mostly 5 a.m. I'm awake. I may not be awake upright, but obvious I'm awake very early in the morning. Obvious have a very short moment for me, myself, and the Lord. And then prepare to leave based on the meetings that I'm having for the day, whether I'm heading to the office or leaving. But most of the time, I will have mostly morning meetings where I will be meeting different people, different on the areas. I think I'd say that my life is like a bucket, a pool of different things. So days I'll be maybe dealing with issues of where maybe I sit in the board. Other times I'll be dealing with the issues of church. Others will also be dealing with the issues of the company that I'm running. So it's dynamic. But I always inspire myself every morning. I know that the energy of the morning that I will start with is what will be able to push me through the day. But above all, I keep trusting in the Lord and always ensuring that He leads me in all the ways and the days that it looks like. So for me, a day, I take a day as it comes, plan for it ahead, and ensures that at least I achieve. And how does it even end? I believe that a day is not 12 hours. To me, a day is 24 hours.
So you still work even at night? If
Yes.
need be?
If need me. Most of the time, my day starts as early as what I have chased, maybe 6:30 or 7. And my day can even end at late at 11 p.m. Maybe those could be the time maybe I'm even going home, based on how the issues and the activities are had for the day. So I don't limit myself within the period of the time that I have to work between this time to a period of the time. I believe that the Lord has given us 24 hours for us to work. So
God first for you. Before you start your day, you start your day with God. You know, sometimes we rush out of the house, and once you're in the office, then you're like, I think I can read a Bible verse, maybe I can say a prayer. But for you, God first.
yes,
And one day at a time.
exactly.
Are you a coffee or a tea person?
I am a coffee person. I take. There's a time I was taking a lot of coffee actually, because I believe that coffee gives me some level of energy. Not a tea person, but I'm a coffee person. So I'll do maybe like 4 to 5 cups of coffee
In a day?
in a day.
Ah,
So
interesting.
I am a coffee person.
It keeps you awake and it keeps
Yes,
you alive.
yes. Give me some bout of energy. Yes.
We're just about to celebrate the Christmas festive, right?
Yes.
And I know most people are looking forward to it. I want to know, which is your best season of the year and why? Is it Christmas like everyone else, or it's probably in January or in April? I would want to know.
Wow. Do I have a specific period of the year that I
That you look
believe is the
forward
best
to?
and I look forward to? A bit below me because of the nature of my work and because I'm serving in the church. I am serving in the corporate space. I'm serving within the institutions that I'm also maybe involved in terms of supporting. So I believe every year and every period of the season of the year, to me, are the same. So I do not say that I have a specific season of the year, or that I would say this is my peak or this is my off-peak time of the year. But maybe December, because sometimes you are even forced to be able to take some break, whether you like it or not, because a lot of systems and will slow down. Maybe that is the time I would say maybe I look forward to. I don't even have a specific time when I would say that maybe this is the time I will take a leave or I will take off. But I also believe the same, that every season and period of the time that the Lord prepares, part of it is part of harvesting, others is about planting, others is even about just weeding. So to me, the whole year, the same for me, but I approach every season based, is it the time for the planting? Is it the time for weeding? Is it the time for harvesting? Because all that is also God-given.
Very true.
Yes.
And times and seasons belong to
Belong
God.
to God, yes.
And we belong to God.
Exactly.
Well, I like that.
Yes.
If you were to be a teacher this particular moment, right now, if I called you Teacher George, which subject would you choose to teach and why?
I would teach on leadership. Yes, I would always want to speak about leadership, and not just about say that if I were to be a teacher, I still find myself even today, finding myself in class and even sessions when I'm talking about leadership, and because leadership is what I do on a daily basis, practically, theoretically, everywhere. I'm always in leadership. So for me, I think, given any opportunity, my first choice of anything, I would want always to speak about leadership, because it is what drives and dictates. Whether you're talking from a strategic point, whether you're looking at it from every view of life that you may wish to look into, I think I would always want to speak about leadership. The second thing I would always want to speak about is on the aspect of financial empowerment, because I believe that both work together. You got to be able also to look into the people empowerment. So I would still want to maybe speak on this area of finance from an angle of maybe empowerment. Yes, because that is what I do again within the company. that I am currently the CEO.
Which you're going to tell us,
Yes.
you tell us more about it as we
Yeah.
continue with our interview.
Yes.
My guest, George Ngugi. Every day for him, one day at a time. Seasons belong to God. And when you start your morning, start with God. That is what my guest does. And I bring this kind of guests are here to inspire, and we can walk the path they've walked because we can see the results. The results are undeniable. So who didn't want to do what we're doing anyway? Who doesn't want the results? My viewer, we are glad you're watching. You are watching Behind the Face. We are live on our social media pages, our social media handle at CAC TV Kenya. Please do share this live. Let us know what you think about the show. Let us know where you are watching us from. If you have a question, please feel free to ask my guest. He says he is a leader when it comes to leadership. So please, if you have a question on leadership, feel free to ask. If you have a comment, let us, just feel free to interact with us. If you are watching us from your screen, karibu sana. We are glad you are here. I'll be back. My name is Onchiko Kamo. I'm your host this morning. Stay blessed.
This program is brought to you by CAC TV Partners, people just like you. Join the family and help us keep family-friendly, faith-building content on air. To partner, send your one-time or regular support to paybill number 4019613, account CAC TV Partner.
Welcome to CAC TV, Parenting Diaries, a show for every parent and every family. In this show, you will get expert tips, heartwarming stories, and real-life advice on navigating the beautiful and challenging world of parenting. Whether you are parenting toddlers, teens, young adults, we've got you covered. Learn how to navigate tough situations, celebrating wins, observing boundaries in order to build stronger and better connections with your children. Tune in for fresh perspectives and tools to thrive as a parent in the 21st century. Don't miss out on your parenting. Your parenting journey just got easier. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on CAC TV. See you there.
Maridadi Investment Cooperative is giving you a great opportunity to invest in the car selling and leasing business. Simply buy a car through Maridadi Investment Cooperative, leave it with us to lease, and you receive monthly payments through our lease selling plan. When you invest in a Wagon R, Nissan Note or Toyota Passo valued at 1 million shillings, you earn 37,500 shillings per month for 2 years, plus a bonus of 400,000 shillings at the end of the 2-year period. Are you always busy with work, retired, or maybe you live in the diaspora? Let your money work for you. Invest with Maridadi Investment Cooperative today and get paid every month. Visit us at Ridgeways, Kiambu Road, opposite Total Petrol Station, or call 0709 888 222.
This program is brought to you by CAC TV Partners, people just like you. Join the family and help us keep family-friendly, faith-building content on air. To partner, send your one-time or regular support to paybill number 4019613, account CAC TV Partner.
Welcome back. Thank you for choosing CAC TV this morning, and we are glad that you are here. The show that is on air, Behind the Face. My guest this morning, George Ngugi. We continue the conversation. Tell us about your first job. Where did your career journey begin? Because it spans a whole 18 years and more. So how did it start that 1 year? Where was it? Was it in the banking system industry, or was it somewhere else?
Wow. Let me say, actually the 18 years that I have been within maybe the space of leadership, and especially within the financial sector, is not where I began. My obvious life began immediately after finishing Form 4. I'll tell you the most funny thing is that basically I didn't start in the financial sector. I didn't start in the banking sector. I started in a space. After, you know, I'm that person that who really don't believe that I should actually sit back and not do anything. So immediately after I finished Form 4, even before joining school, continuing with my higher education, I decided that I would want to explore in an area that, you know, as a young person, as a youth, and you're growing up, this is a time the advent of the issues of beauty had come up. And so I'll tell you, maybe funny enough, that is where my first career was. You can't believe that I can actually work on your makeup.
Whoa, oh, I need to try you.
And so I found myself within the space of cosmetology. Actually, I went to school and learned about it.
You did a course on it.
Yes.
And you're the best.
It was one of the best. When I was about 20, 21 years there, I was one of the best.
You had the energy, you know, you're still young at this time.
And I was being paid and earning very good money. I was actually working on most of the best and most, the who is with the country, especially within the ladies' space. I've worked on their hairs and on their faces.
Wow, that's interesting. I mean, where did the switch come in? Like, you switch from beauty to finance?
I think just because that as a youth, you do have that particular energy. I'm a firm believer in terms of what is called grooming and being very articulate in terms of how someone looks in terms of presentation. Now, maybe that is what maybe attracted me into that particular space. It was new that time. Very few men were in that space. And so I earned my few coins are out there. And so how did I switch? I found myself switching exactly within that particular space.
Maybe before the switch.
Yeah.
So you're saying image is key, the way you present yourself,
yes,
the way people see you. Means everything. Even before you say anything, people have already like judged you from how you look.
People buy you first, even before they listen
to what you have to say.
To what you have to say. Someone first have to buy you. And how do they buy you? They don't know you. People make a judgment. Their perception is mostly based on how their judgment looks like. Within the first 1 minute, someone has judged you. Do I need to accept you? Can I bring you into my space? And because they do not know the inner you by that particular time, so they'll judge you from a physical. So it's very important even how your image looks like at all the times. One of my bosses used to tell us, even within the banking sector, that you got always to be ready that you're meeting the president, because you do not know who you're meeting next. Wow. So for me, image is very key, even as you go out. And so, so you asked me maybe in terms of the aspect of how did I end up switching? Because I was always this person who always believed a lot in terms of leadership and management. Even within that particular space, I wanted to find myself in that space and get into leadership. So I changed and moved into the aspect of working for a company, which by that particular time was dealing with cosmetics and the products, the hair and beauty products. And that is why I got my first job with after moving from now the practicing part of it, I moved into a company called Soft and Free, which is a South African company. And I was in charge of driving their marketing space now. So I moved from the practicability of it and now moved into the aspect of driving the products and selling them. And so I became like a brand person of the Soft and Free company. After that, I found myself also now starting to lecture within that space. There are very few institutions that particular time. And so I found myself being employed by an institution called Bodywise. Bodywise had several companies. There was one that within the specific that particular company, there was one that was dealing with cosmetics. That was Avon and Justine. Those were South African companies, and they were the sole distributor. There was an institute inside there called Bodywise Training Center. There was Bodywise Health Club that was dealing now with the aspect of the gym. So, but I found myself becoming the administrator of Bodywise Training Center. But within a very short time, and that time I was about 25 years old, Eunice Mathu, who is now the editor of Parents Magazine and the owner of those companies, managed to pick my leadership skills that particular and made me the general manager of the 3 companies at 25 years old.
At 25.
So
that
that
was
is
such
how
an
I switched.
achievement for you.
That is how I switched now.
You know, I'm trying to imagine at 25, guys are still trying to figure out what do I want with life, looking at the girls around, and like you're already in leadership at that point.
Yes. And that is basically, now I was now made in charge of the 3. That is Avon and Justine, who are dealing now with the distribution of the cosmetics on the other side. Bodywise Health Club, and now Bodywise Training Center, that was doing international exams on iTech from UK. So I was running the 3. At 25 years, then with a pool of more than 100 staff. Wow. So, and so I say my leadership is now getting honed in that particular time by a lady that I still have a lot of respect for. That is now Eunice Mathu, who is now the editor of Parents Magazine.
So you can say she's the one who held your hand.
Yes. And the first person who picked my skills. But I would say I was still more or less in leadership, because now at that time I was still in church. I've always been in church, let me say that. As much as I was still a youth, but maybe we will be coming into that. But I would still say I was still in the leadership of the youth even that particular time.
So were you born again at this point in church? You know, so sometimes we're in church but still not yet born again. But you loved church, right?
I was born again. I got born again at the age of 20. But just as the normal youth, and I think this is where we always have issues, even in church with the youth, because that doesn't mean that you're still not a youth. So I was born again at that particular point. So even I was doing all those things, I think what held me together was that I was also born again. I was also serving in church as a chairman of the youth. And so my leadership skills were also that I am in the corporate space, and I was still in the leadership of the church also.
So what you're saying, being in God shapes you in a way. Not in a way, it shapes you, it shapes everything about you. You know, sometimes our young people, they want to try life out there until they are 30 to do all that they need to do. And then at 30, that's the time you're like, I need to wake up and do something. But you're saying the fact that you were in God at 25 was also a plus for you.
Exactly. That was a plus for me also. Because I believe that as a youth, when you are in God and well grounded in the Lord, you're protected from so many things. But that, again, I want to repeat this. Again, you also don't want to believe, and as a youth, that you are also in heaven. You are not yet in heaven.
You need to work and
you still
study
need
and
to
do
work,
everything.
you will need to do all those things. And at the same time, you still have to know you are mingling with also the other youths who are also not basically also, who are also not born again. So I would say that again did shape my life, because the author of your life is God himself. The person who has your manual of life is God. So being that I was able to have been within the church, and also within that, also the leadership that I was also getting from the church. And the church also gave me the space to serve. I will be coming into that, even how I've managed to serve in church. Because again, at the age of about 26, I was made a development chair in our church, which was a
26.
big thing to drive the construction of the church and all that at that age. So again, the church also added more of a feather and within the space of leadership also. Yes.
So your faith has shaped you into the leader you are today.
Yes.
You're grounded and you're being so firm in God.
Exactly. I would say trusting in the Lord and knowing that God himself is also a leader. I will be coming to speak so much about that, because I believe that we sometimes mistake leadership even from a God's view, because God is more corporate also.
Very true.
He's very structured in his leadership. in terms of how he selects, in terms of how he leads and all that.
And does his things.
does his own things. And I think if we were to be able to pick out of that, then we would be able to ensure that there's no difference in terms of how the institutions of the world are running and how the church needs to be able, because at the end of the day, he holds the world in his hands. So
true.
even when the institution that the corporates are operating in is in the world that the Lord is leading. So basically, you need to be a leader in everything. And you need to apply both the strategic leadership, even in the aspect of the church. Nothing should be able to make you, because now you're in the church, then you differentiate because the leadership of the church, the leadership of the corporate. No.
Actually, on that, I've always had a problem when people are very serious out here, where you go every day, Monday to Friday. But when you come to church, that's why we want to do things casually. That's why we don't want to be excellent. That's why we want to joke around. Like, I'm like, why can't you be serious? The same way you are in your office, the same values that you apply, integrity, honesty. Let us bring it in church as well, because most of the time you look the way people do things in church, because it's church anyway. So I really just want to support what you're saying.
Yeah.
The people we are out here, let us be the same. Let us exercise the same kind of leadership even in church. So for you, it has worked.
Yeah, and then the question maybe that I've always asked myself is that if you got to be able to use your brain, if you have to be able to use all the skills that you do have to apply it in terms of the growth and advancement of the institution and the corporate world where you are in the marketplace where you could be in, then why do you think that the church does not need those skills? Who says that the church does not require the same leadership skills? Who tells you that the church does not require financial skills that you do have? Who says the church does not require the HR skills that you do have? Because these people that you are leading in the church, where are they between Monday to Friday?
They're out here in the world.
Yes.
They're the same people.
They're the same people.
Right.
But it's only that we expect, because now they have come to church. They don't have the expectations. So the excellence and the passion that you should apply within the corporate space, you should come with it. You should not leave your brain outside the church just because now you have come to the church. You should not come and not do things differently because you're in church. God is a God of excellence. God expects us. He has a balanced scorecard for us. The same way the corporate world has. That God expects us to be able to deliver. He has given you leadership. He has placed it in your hands. And he expects us to do the same. Because even for him, within the structured way that he operated, all the way, I'll give you an example why I believe that God himself prepares and works very strategically, the same way we are supposed to work. Look at the time he was preparing Moses to be a leader. You know, he knew very well that Moses one day will be able to lead the flock. But he did not just pick Moses from anywhere.
There was a process.
He prepared Moses. He prepared Moses. He ensured he put him in an environment which will be able to expose him to the person one day he will come back to. So that's one way of how Lord prepares. And he expects leadership to be. God still will not stomach mediocre. Even for him. Look at Jesus himself when he was choosing the disciples. Did he come and announce and say, disciple, disciple? No. That come and line up. He was very keen on who he selected. So even in leadership, he knew the mission ahead of him requires very strong, exposed, and people who knew what they were doing. And so he selected the 12. He did not actually allow anyone to choose. And where was he picking them from? He went into the marketplace. Yeah. He went to where they were working in. These were people who were educated. They were people who were exposed. And so he did not just rely on just anyone, because he knew at the end of the day, his tenure and his period to preparing the mission and what he has today was only 3 years. 3 years was not enough for him just to be able to go looking for training. So he went for people he knew and he developed leaders. And today the gospel we do have was because of the 12 that he picked.
So it's about developing leaders.
Yes, leadership.
We need also the excellence even in church.
Exactly. And it has to be very strategic and very intentional.
It has to be intentional.
Intentionality
it will not just is
happen.
the word.
It will not just happen.
Wow. Hold it there. My guest. Wow. George Ngugi. Let me go through a few of your messages on Facebook. Thank you for those who are taking time. Please let me know where you are watching us from. You are watching Behind the Face here at CAC TV, and I'm your host, Wanjiko Kamau. I see Reverend Dr. Kamau Thairo. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's my
your
reverend.
spiritual leader.
Yes, my reverend.
He's saying, tuko ndani, we ni wetu. In French, ikakadega ito.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rev. Truly humbled. And he says you're his parent elder. Makofi?
Yeah, but I pay a doctor by the way.
Hey, man.
Is,
You're equal to the task, George.
yes.
You're equal to the task. Hey, you are equal to the task. I can see Bonnie. He's following, saying, on point. Thank you, Violet Njeri. Great insights. Thank you so much. Please let me know where you are at. I'll be glad to give you a shout out. If you have a question to my guest this morning, please feel free. If you have a comment, a concern, please feel free, and we'll be glad to read it out. And we are glad that you are tuned in. We do not take your viewership for granted. Tell us about Manpower Group Limited. And your people, I know they're watching. They will watch this a bit later.
Yeah.
Where did the vision come from? What was the inspiration?
I just want to put a disclaimer that the Manpower Group Limited that we described, people sometimes mistake with the Manpower Group Services that deals with the HR.
Yeah, recruitment
And all that. That's not the one. That I think we got to be able to share some names, sort of, but one them they call them Manpower Group Services Limited, as your Manpower Group Limited. I would say the vision to start Manpower Group still came from. Back in 2015, let me just say, let me just start from back a bit.
Please do.
When I had set my mind that I would want to quit mainstream employment at the age of 39 years.
39, that was a goal. Setting goals.
Yes.
It's key.
I had set my mind.
Yes.
And so funny enough, when I was about to celebrate my 39th year, I found myself when I was going to work in the morning, that all of a sudden, that particular month when I was about to celebrate, which is September, my birthday, I'm always full of energy and very passionate of what I do. But I realized that particular month that my passion was starting to go down. And I asked myself, what is it? What is it that I am not feeling the way I have always been? And though my mind reminded me, you know what? We had a deal.
Wow.
And the deal was that you're quitting at that night, at 39. And that is why we are starting to switch off.
So the mind registered what you said.
Yes.
The power of the mind.
Yes. And for sure it switched off. You know what I did that day? I resigned.
You resigned.
Yes.
Not having no clue where you're going.
I knew the Lord will take me somewhere. I always believe that the next place of your life is waiting for you if you do very well in where you are.
Wow, you've got to do
your next
well
employer should always be looking for you where you are, because of your performance, because of your productivity, because the marketplace is very small. Actually, we are saying that the space, the world has become like a village. It's no longer the way we were saying that someone is in UK, the other
global,
one is in US. It's global. It's the same now. Anyone, if you're doing well, someone will see. And that has been also my journey also within the employment space, that people will be able to notice, and they will come and even poach you before even you realize, so where I was at 39, then I knew the Lord will be able to guide me and take me somewhere. But I knew I wished and I wanted to remain within the space of what I've always done, and that is the banking space, in the financial space. And that is what I still do today in Manpower Group Limited. We are within the space of driving financial inclusivity, working a lot with development partners, the DFIs, in terms of ensuring that people get empowered financially. But we still work through banks, because that is the space that we're in. We still work through banks, but working with international DFIs in terms of driving policies, driving strategies, driving systems that the bank may need to keep developing in terms of ensuring that people get empowered financially. So that is what we do. And so how did Manpower then get to? Because I had to be able now to leave and quit. That is how when I registered Manpower Group Limited in 2015. And
So
this is
where you
now.
are.
This is our 10th year now.
So how did you start? Because there's someone who is there who has a goal like you had, but they really don't know the starting point. So what was the starting point for you?
I think the starting point for me was basically to ensure that I would stay within the lane of what I understand very well.
Do what
One
you know
of the
best.
mistakes that I find most of the people do is that you come out of one space and go into a space that you don't understand. You don't have a lot of experience in. If today you tell me to go and sell clothes,
You've no
and
idea where to
maybe
start.
I've always been within a sector of maybe within the corporate space, I don't have any experience in that. So I'll grapple. And by the time you're grappling, because every business and every business idea always starts with an idea. But in terms of actualizing and the lag period of the time, which will be, say, the break-even point, it might actually end up giving you some hectic, because you don't understand that space. So I would say that I had a soft landing because I still continued within the space. But identifying what I need to do was to know then what are those pain points, what are the solutions that I can be able to provide as a consultant within that space that I understand very well. Now, knowing the gaps and the spaces that the banks were having and the challenges the banks were having, then we were able to develop our strategies, aligning within the spaces that we knew we can come in and plug in. And that is what we did. Initially, when you're starting, your first jobs will be given because you are yourself. So you go into the spaces where people know you. So they will mostly buy you, as I said, because they know you. They don't know your company yet. What they know is you. So the first jobs that I got because I had worked with some of these people. And so I went into them because I said the market is like in the banking sector. It's not, people might think it's so big, but because of where I was, by that time when I was quitting, I was at the space of a director. I was driving retail. So again, that allowed me to be able, because I had worked with other people in other banks, and they were also in the senior management. So you can knock into their doors and tell them, I can be able to do this for you. And because they have seen you doing it, they have seen you driving it, they can trust that you can actually consult for them. But with time, the company grows and outgrows you. So you no longer know yourself. So manpower, no, it's not now me who is known. It's now manpower which is now known.
True.
Yes.
So you're saying you need to move to what you know.
Yes.
And I want you to address someone who is watching us, especially the young people. I know you're very passionate about the young people, and we'll come to that a little bit later. The importance of setting goals. You set a goal which drove you. Sometimes you find someone is in their 30s and they have no goals. You ask them, where do you want to be in the next 2 years? Not even 2 years. Next year, what are you planning? They are clueless. They totally have no idea. What can you say about the importance of setting goals? Irrespective of how small, whether it's long-term or it's a short-term goal that you want to set for yourself.
I would say there is nothing you can ever achieve in life then if you do not have set goals. Because goals determine the way and the path that you'll be able to follow. If you do not have goals, then any path will lead you to where you want to be. And so you'll just become like a kite, a kite that can always be blown by the wind. So the Bible says that young people actually should be as able to dream. The Bible says that young people dream. The older generation see visions.
Yes.
So it had got to be able to be that as a young person, always be happy that you can actually be able to dream. But you're supposed, again, to be driven by how big then are your dreams. Because at that particular time, God has allowed you to dream.
True. So dreams that can scare you.
That can, yes. Actually, if your dreams can't scare you.
They're too small.
So then they are small. You should go back to bed
and start dreaming again.
And as a young person, you are allowed to dream. And even if you tell someone that I'm dreaming about this, anyone who laughs at a young person dream
has a problem.
Because they only have one advantage: time. They have a time. As you grow older, you become disadvantaged with time. But as a young person, you have time. And so your dreams remain valid because you have an advantage of time. So, but how do you do then? You got to be able to see the end of your dreams and then work backwards. Do not fear the little steps that you can be able to make. Let people laugh at you If you believe that you can actually own a company one day, if you believe that you can own a manufacturing company one day, what do you want then to manufacture? You need to be so clear in your mind. What is that? What do you want to manufacture then? If you want to say that you want to venture into the space of agriculture, then have you even started even doing a garden? You know, then
Planting
go even
to spinach outside your
but you
compound.
can't say that you want to be in agri, but you don't even know, you have not even gone even to do a kitchen garden. You got to be able then to be able to break down your dreams. But always know also that dreams also have to be supported by you, by the things that you'll be able to do. You got to be able to open yourselves into more learnings. You got to be able to empower yourself through education. Follow that, but ensure that you stay focused to the dreams that you got and you said, and the ones that you did set your eyes from the beginning. It may take time, but I can assure you,
It pays.
it pays and you will achieve it. The problem is that, do you even have a dream? Do you even have a vision? Do you have a goal? And you have just said it. So that it got to be able to start by first knowing that I do set my goals. As young as you could be. They could be laughable, but it is
But
better.
dream.
But it is a dream and it's something that you do have. Set them. Work backwards. Do not allow yourself also to be discouraged, because that is another thing that usually, you know, you will get with people who will also kill that dream. But ensure that you also surround yourself with mentors, people who can actually nurture that particular dream.
Oh, that brings me to the question on the power of association. The people who are around you.
Yes.
People who can nurture your dream, not kill. Because some people are dream killers.
Yes.
And you know them. So
Yeah.
how are you able to know the right people to associate with? Sometimes even find the dream killers are the people who are so close to you. Probably even some family members. So how are you able to tell that I'm in the right space with the right people for this dream to materialize? How are you able to sort out the good and the bad?
You attract who you are. Let's start from there. So you associate yourself with the character of the person you are. I always give an example. If you were to put people who have never met in the same space,
Yeah.
and they have never met, theory, those people who have studied the behavior of people say that within the first 24 hours, those people will have coalesced within the character, behavior, thought process together. Smokers will find themselves in a certain corner.
Gossipers, another corner.
Gossipers will be in another corner. Those people who go to church will find themselves. And anyway, they're not talking. Because maybe they will find a look. At a certain point, I saw that guy just
Praying.
you know, praying. So that tells you he goes to church.
Yeah.
One will look for another who has maybe a lighter to light a cigarette. That tells you this is a smoker. So if you find yourself not again with the right people that you could, then ask yourself, what do you have inside yourself? Because you attract who you are. So even before you associate yourself, just ensure that you brand yourself and make yourself in a way that it attracts the people
Oh.
who may wish to be. So that those mentors could actually be attracted to you. People are able to pick. When I was too young, one of the elders actually picked it and said, you know what? You'll be an executive.
Wow. Just by looking at you.
And I'm not saying that because he didn't know me very well. I was just growing up. But why? Because when you position yourself, when you actually behave the way you want to be, you're not supposed to be the person who you are right now. You're supposed to behave and act the person you want to be next.
The person you want to become.
To become.
What you're becoming.
Yes, is what you want to be. And even I want to speak even to the youth who are in the career space. You know, they keep talking about how come someone was promoted, how come I never no one notices me. It is because you do not behave the level that you want to get to. So if you're in the supervisory level, behave like a manager. The management will pick it.
Dress like one as well.
Dress like one.
Talk
Yes,
like one.
talk like
Walk
one.
like one.
Yes.
Eat like one.
like
Even
one.
eating habits tell
Then
a lot.
ask for challenges that are for that particular level. But when you're given a challenge and you're complaining, straight away it puts you off. So you got to be able to be like that also. So I believe that you attract the person you are. So even in the level of mentorship, you will attract mentors. They will come in to support you because they can see the seed
In you.
in you.
Wow. Hold it there. Manpower Group Limited. How old now? How many years later?
Now 10 years.
10 years down the line. Which are some of the disciplines that you can say have really brought you this far? Because I know it hasn't been a walk in the park. Which are some of the disciplines that have really molded you to be the person you are in your company?
I would say basically one of it is integrity. You say that these three things drive success for people. Yeah. Hard work, consistency, and integrity. But it said if you miss the third one, which is integrity, then even the other two are useless.
Don't make sense.
They don't make sense. If you don't have integrity, even if you're such a hard worker, then it will crash down. Even if you're very consistent and you're not still you don't have integrity. But what is integrity?
Oh, good question. What is integrity to you?
Integrity is being who you are, behaving the person that you would wish to. People to see you and behaving that way, even when they are not seeing you.
When no one is watching.
Yes.
When you are alone in that office.
Yes.
When you are alone in that
When
house.
you're doing that business transaction, if you don't believe in corruption, will you do corruption at the back when people are not seeing you? If you say that I cannot do this, but will you do it? Does that mean that maybe the environment is that is not giving you? If that environment was to change, would you still behave differently? But if you maintain the same, I believe that one of the key things. The other thing is trust. One of the values that I believe, and we have it even in our company, is that we say we trust and can be trusted. If you're not trustworthy, you can't be trusted. But if you are trustworthy, I will trust you. Why? Because I know I'm trustworthy. People develop doubts of trust when even themselves, they question their own trust. If I trust you and then you become the person I was not, then the problem was not me. It is you. But I know, as I say, that you attract who you are. If you're trustworthy, the Lord will bring people your way who are also trustworthy and who can be trusted. So do your things in a trustworthy manner. Then you will actually drive trust, you will attract trust, and you will surround yourself with people who are trustworthy. The Lord will not allow anyone who is not trustworthy on your way, because that is not what you practice. If you practice it, then you will attract that.
Wow.
Then I believe those two.
That's deep. That's profound. I need to digest that as well as our viewer. Allow me to read a few more of our messages that are coming in. Thank you for everyone who is taking time to write to us. We truly don't take it for granted. I want to start with Priscilla Yekandi Mwangi. She's watching over from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Aye.
And Elda who? She says George. She writes J-O-J. Probably it's a short form. My good friend.
Yeah, I know Priscilla, yeah.
You know what she says?
Yeah.
Now she knows where to go for her makeup consultancy. Me too, baby.
Well, I forgot about it. Those are so many years ago.
She didn't know
But
that
I can tell,
side
if
of
you apply your mascara battery and
please,
whatever,
stop
then
it
I'll
there.
be
Probably mine is not looking good today. Please hold it there. I can see Ben Nyoro, our patron. He says, our friend Gikundi Kuliangu, he agrees with what you're saying. Ruth Njoki tuned our youth patron. She's tuned in.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see Henry Kamami. Thank you so much. We appreciate that you're taking time to note and just share with us what you think, what you feel, and also let us know where you are watching us from. Talking of integrity, values that you uphold as an individual, the aspect of trust, are there moments along the way that situations have come where like it looked like you can't compromise, but you didn't compromise because of what you believe in? Are there such moments that came along? Because 18 years is a long time, and now I know you are working for a government, for a state. Are there times when situations presented themselves that look like there's an opportunity to compromise, but I choose not to because of where I am?
Not even once.
Many.
I think they happen daily.
Oh, really?
If you're interacting with people, you're interacting with systems and processes, then because maybe of the nature of the influence that you could have, you'll get opportunities where you can influence things maybe going differently. But the question I always ask myself is that, what about tomorrow then? If I do this, then if I got to be able then to find it, then I will ensure it is within the line that it's supposed to have passed. Then if I got to be able to influence someone to be employed, then I got to ensure then that person is the right one. Maybe the only thing I will do is to hold their hand, but he's the right person for the job. Yes.
Have you lost friends along the way who felt like, no, because George doesn't want to go this direction like now? Have you lost people who probably you were working with, or people who are part of what you're doing, but because of your values and being grounded in the word, they will feel like this is not the right person, and they're like, you know, they leave and they don't want to associate?
Yeah, that happens. And I think sometimes you may not be the one that you have, they will shake off. They will just leave you. And I believe one of the things that in life you got to be able to keep accepting is that some people come into your life just because they were there for that particular season. Then who are friends then? I think a friend is anyone then who is with you within that particular time because you're interacting with them because of something. But there will be obvious those who will just feel that they cannot be able to cope with you, and then they walk out. And you got to be ready. And in life, let me tell you one thing, even in leadership, you can't be loved by everyone. That you have to know that even Jesus was not loved by everyone. But again, that's the same way, you cannot be hated by everyone.
My guest last week, we made a joke on the same, like, if you want to be loved by everyone, sell ice cream.
Yes.
If you want to be everyone's favorite, sell ice cream.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a leader, be prepared to rub people the wrong way.
Yes. But at the same time is that even as you do all that, then do not always ensure that it is for good and for the glory of God, whatever that you're doing. Even if people will not maybe like the direction that you have taken in terms of leadership. But what is it about? Was it about yourself? Because again, leadership is not you being selfish. It is going out of the way and ensuring that you, whatever that you do, is for the best interest of that particular organization, that particular church, that particular family, and whoever that you're doing for. Even if the rest will not be happy, one day they will realize that you are not doing it for yourself. You are doing it for the interest of that organization. And also, key area is also to ensure that you build a culture. Institutions feed on culture. Even yourself, you feed on a culture. If you say that you are a hard worker, then have you built, that is not something that you build within a day. It starts as a discipline, it becomes a character, then becomes your value and your culture. So, and that's the same thing. So, cultures is what drive an institution. Culture is what drive a person. Then how do you replicate the same then to the young people? Which brings me up to the aspect of the youth. Why I do have the passion for the young people
Very true.
is because, as I said, is that they do have the advantage of two things. Being in the present and being the future. You cannot be able to speak about the future of something if then you do not have to think of how that future of that thing will look like. Institutions are buildings and will remain as buildings. They are made active because there are people working inside there. The most important asset of any organization is the people, are the people working there. The most important thing is, even for the church and where you are, is that you do have continuity. And that is why we say that a business is a going concern. A church is a going concern. Then how do you prepare for that future? You got to be prepared for that future by ensuring you invest in the present and you invest in the future. And the youth have the advantage. They are in the present and they will be in the future. Because before they leave that future, prepare them that that future will be well prepared for. And because you cannot, I'm already living a part of my future. I've lived a big percentage of my future. So what can I be able to do? If I got to be able to ensure that that continues, I can only ensure that I invest and replicate the same behavior, the same culture to the one who has a longer time to live. And that's a youth.
Let me ask a question. From where you sit, do you think the young people are getting the opportunities that they ought to get? Because we are saying they are the future leaders, but are we really giving them the space to be the leaders that they should be? From the look of things, yes, we are preparing them, we are mentoring them, but are the opportunities there? Are they being given the opportunities?
The opportunities are there, but I also ask this question also. Even as we say, well, are the youth being given the opportunities? Are the youth ready to take the opportunities also? Because they got to be able also to get ready to get into that particular space.
But what do they need to show they are ready? They've gone to school, they've done everything, they've done courses, but the jobs are still not there. When appointments come, like, they complain it's the old people who are still, I mean, they feel like they're being sidelined.
You know, you can't be the person that you wish to be, that person who is older than you within one day. But you have first to be able to appreciate within the space that of this which are my youth. Then I have to be able to start and positioning myself and getting ready when they are not there. Because even if we say the older people are getting the positions, then we cannot hold this position for so long.
True.
But when these positions will be ready for them to be occupied, will you be ready for the occupation? That's the main thing. And so for me, what I tell the youth is that even if someone is not giving you that opportunity to do it, I can assure you, if you position yourself, occupy.
Occupy. Hold it there, George. To all our young people, occupy. That's the message this morning. Can you take a short break and then our time is up? I don't believe this. I think we need to have a continuation on this call. I haven't even touched a quarter of my questions that I had for you this morning, but maybe I don't. Usiende mahali. Please stay there a bit longer because we want to take a short break. I see Blixen, she says, our patron. The youth are following.
Wow.
I see they're proud of who you are. You know, they're giving you flowers now that you are here, and it's a good thing. So we take a short break. We'll be back in a few for the parting shot. And what that you feel is so urgent that we need to say. And then we see how we can do this again some other time. So please, my viewer, stay there for a few. We'll be back shortly.
This program is brought to you by CAC TV partners, people just like you. Join the family and help us keep family-friendly, faith-building content on air. To partner, send your one-time or regular support to paybill number 4019613, account CAC TV partner.
Maridadi Investment Cooperative is giving you a great opportunity to invest in the car selling and leasing business. Simply buy a car through Maridadi Investment Cooperative, leave it with us to lease, and you receive monthly payments through our lease selling plan. When you invest in a Wagon R, Nissan Note or Toyota Passo valued at 1 million shillings, you earn 37,500 shillings per month for 2 years, plus a bonus of 400,000 shillings at the end of the 2-year period. Are you always busy with work, retired, or maybe you live in the diaspora? Let your money work for you. Invest with Maridadi Investment Cooperative today and get paid every month. Visit us at Ridgeways, Kiambu Road, opposite Total Petrol Station, or call 0709 888 222.
This program is brought to you by CAC TV partners, people just like you. Join the family and help us keep family-friendly, faith-building content on air. To partner, send your one-time or regular support to paybill number 4019613, account CAC TV partner.
Welcome back. You are watching CAC TV. We are glad that you are tuned in on the show that is on air, Behind the Face. And the face that is in studio this morning, George Ngugi. And he has a lot to share. He has a lot to share. George, I think we need to climax this, and then we're going to have some other time when we're going to review some of the questions that we didn't touch on. What is this one thing that you feel you've not yet achieved? like I said earlier on, I looked at your bio and I was like, is anything else left for you? What is this one thing that you feel you're yet to achieve in this life?
Well, I have a lot of things that I've not
You're still
achieved,
beginning.
but, one thing I don't expect to die so early.
I know.
I believe that the most productive years of someone is even after 60. I'm still far from getting 60.
Yeah.
So I still have a lot of time to work in between here. But one of the things I believe that I have not really, I would wish to be able to work on so much, is focus so much in terms of ensuring that the church space is different from the way people see it today. And ensuring that the wisdom and the knowledge that is out here, that people sometimes mistake and say maybe it's from the devil, is brought into the church, because that is what the Lord wanted it to be. And because the kingdom of the Lord and where we are heading to, when we say that the church of the latter shall be greater than the one of the former, then if the former were able even to do miracles then,
Why
and
are
they
we not?
then the miracles we could be expecting right now is ensuring that then the level of technology, the wisdom and the knowledge that is happening in the world is not from where it is taking place, and it is brought into the space of the church for the advancement of the church. So the gospel of tomorrow cannot be done by the gospel of yesterday. Because if we are talking about the gospel of today, then we are referring to the same youth that we are having. And we are talking of tech-savvy youth and all that. But we still want to do the gospel in the old way. And that is why the youth are not feeling okay. But what can we be able to do is to be able to ensure that we tap into the same space and dominate and bring it into the God space. I believe that is what I really would wish to ensure that we do achieve. Can I achieve that? I don't know. That can only be achieved by working with other people, and that is why for me, I'm a firm believer of leadership development. And what can you be able to go into that is to go to where the pool and create a pool of wealth, of knowledge, and that can only be created by tapping into the youths, because that is where the knowledge is being harbored and incubated.
It's all about the young people.
Yes.
It's once you're gone, you want to be remembered like you impacted a generation.
Exactly. Because they have a longer, they have a longer, I want when I'm older and I look back and say, thank God, we were able to empower them. We were able to snatch them from the world where they were in. And my parting shot is this. I always say, I would rather have a young or a youth with dreads coming to church. Because in church, we can mold them.
There's transformation in church.
Yes. But when they're out there, we can't get them. Let the youths come the way they are.
And get transformed on
Let
the
them
inside.
get transformed inside the church. Because when they're out there, there are more dangers. And then they come the way they are. Don't judge them.
Don't judge.
When we got hold of them, we can transform them when they're inside there. But we cannot be able to transform them when they're out there.
We need them in the church.
We need them in the church. Because they are the future of the church. They are the church,
future.
actually.
They are the church,
Yes,
actually. Very
they are
true.
the church.
They are
They
the
are the
church.
church.
So they
They're the-
occupy the
look at
church.
if you look at the country right now, we say that more than the 75% of the population of the country is the
Young
youth.
people.
And that is being translated even in the church. Come to our church today. The youths for more than 65, 70%.
I know, I'm a witness. I actually follow you
So you
people
can't ignore
online,
them.
and I can relate with what you're saying.
You can't ignore them. You ignore them at your own
At your
peril. Yeah, you can't.
You cannot ignore them.
You
Anyone
can't.
who wants to ignore them is digging their own grave.
Yes.
Wow. I think we've got to end this, George. One last thought. Please, I know so many people are watching this and they'll still get to watch it later on. One word, please, for the young people.
For the young people?
Yes.
To the young people who are out there, believe in the power of your dream. Trust the process. Not everything that will be instant in life. I know you're growing in the life where everything is instant. You want to take coffee, it is instant. You want to take a shower, it is instant. But I want to tell you this, that sometimes in life, you got to be ready to take the stairs. But never allow anyone also, even as you take those stairs, It got to be that you are pursuing your dreams. Don't ever give reasons as to why the time that you're living in, that things are hard. They have never been easy, even during our times. They'll also never be easy, even as we progress. But ensure that you're grounded well in the Lord. That is where a lot of wisdom and your knowledge. He holds your manual. Go for it. Ask for him. Tell him he made you. When you buy an appliance, you look at the manual. That Lord holds your manual. That's my parting shot.
Wow, that's profound. That's deep. That's wisdom speaking. Thank you so much for making time. I cannot thank you enough. And I look forward to some other time when you'll come and share with us. We need you again in this space. God bless you. God take care of you.
Amen.
May he lead you. May he increase in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because I wish we had like 5 more Georges and like would transform, especially our churches, because that's where the problem is. We need to do this, and we are the change. And you've got my hand.
Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. And thank you for welcoming me.
Thank you. The
Looking
pleasure is
forward
all
to
mine.
sharing any other time.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to read one more message that just came in. Mainagi Kandi. Well done, George. A man in a world full of unreal people. That's your message from Maina.
Yes, thanks a lot, Maina.
Thank you so much. We are going to do this again next week. Same time, same place. Take the staircase. We are in times whereby everything is instant. Let it not be so for you. I've been your host, Wanjiku Kamau.
This program is brought to you by CAC TV partners, people just like you. Join the family and help us keep family-friendly, faith-building content on air. To partner, send your one-time or regular support to paybill number 4019613